So, Sarah, a 1% move higher in the NASDAQ was underperformance, and that's certainly been the trend over the last few trading sessions. Has it made you rethink any of your tech positions?
Well, there's two key themes playing out this week, and that is, first of all, inflation, which we think is more of a fear than reality, and then this rotation from growth to value. And we do think that that has legs because we're seeing global synchronized growth, earnings growth, stimulus, and a vaccine, and all of that should be very positive for cyclicals at the expense somewhat of technology companies. Within tech, we think you need to look for those companies that have more reasonable valuations. And switching back to inflation, Powell came out yesterday and said we're nowhere near targets for interest rates or inflation levels. And also the labor market has a lot of slack. All of that should keep a lid on inflation for now and maybe make it more of a problem in 2022 or 2023.
Josh Brown, weigh in on GameStop. Cut you off earlier. My apologies.
Well, clearly this is the biggest economic issue of our time. So I would just say it's strange to me that the company didn't even attempt to do any kind of secondary offering. AMC did. They did a convert, or somebody was able to convert their bonds to stocks and then sell that at inflated prices. GameStop, the first time around, didn't seem to get the benefit of the mania. Maybe this time they're about to capitalize on it, and news is pending, and we'll see. I don't know anything. I'm not involved with this stuff. One interesting idea would just be to put Reddit in charge as the CFO. Like, take the first 10 comments that are made about the stock each morning and have that guide corporate policy. Stock price probably could get to, like, I don't know, $50, $60 a share on that news. This is the kind of market we're in. Too many people have made too much money. I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing. I'm just saying you're going to see people use easy money that they've made in ways that they wouldn't if they earned it by showing up at a job every day. It's a different type of money, and we know when people are playing with house money, I think Michael used that term, he's right, they play differently than if they're playing with piggy bank money. And expect more is pretty much the last comment I would make on that.
So if we do see a repeat, Mike, of sorts, here we go again, yeah. What will we be watching?
Well, here's the thing to keep it...
If they've dealt with any of their issues?
The most heavily shorted stocks.
Yeah, I mean, basically, there's just not as much of a short base to go for this crew to go and attack that there was, a month ago. The other thing is what caused the disturbance in the overall market was the fact that you did have massive volatility on those heavily shorted stocks. It was destabilizing, long short portfolios, and people had to take down and sell some of their favorite long positions in order to offset some of the risk and just get smaller in general in terms of their risk profile. I'm not sure that we have the exact same setup that we did back then. So it's not clear. I don't want to over anticipate what's going on. This is, after all, a $6 billion company after it doubled in a few minutes here or whatever it is. So it's not as if it alone can drive things. But if it does create these ripples throughout the market, that's what you want to watch. And of course, if we do have crazy volumes and it does all of a sudden become the game in the options market to just play crazy out of the money calls to see if this thing goes again to the moon, then yeah, maybe we have something else to talk about. But we talk about whether the company should have raised equity. I mean, intuitively, sure. Why didn't they? It's a good question. I also think it's worth asking, why didn't they? Because maybe there is a good reason, whether the financials were unsettled. Or, by the way, this isn't an AMC situation where they're, really have a solvency issue right ahead of them. It's just kind of a business that's had its struggles, and they're trying to transform. But they have 5,500 stores. What are they going to do with the money if they get it in the door? It's not like there's an obvious way for them to go out and use it.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.